Oh, sorry there. Forgot the camera was on. Welcome to Let's Talk. So, what do we talk about? We talk about whatever Maple Abdullah. Wait, is it Maple Abdullah me? That's right. Whatever Maple Abdullah me decides to talk about. So, anyways, before I mumble along, let's talk. So, where do we start? I guess we may as well start with Real Madrid and Barcelona. So, this rivalry tends to be one of the biggest rivalries in world football. And over the past few years, for some reason, it hasn't lived up to that hype many of the times. And I would say it was about the same this time around as well. But thankfully, we had goals in this game. That's right. Real Madrid won 2-0. And Vinicius Jr., who I would say is one of the most talented youngest players in Europe, managed to grab a goal as well and made Barcelona look like clowns. Well, now that we've managed to make a mockery of Barcelona, now let's move on to the Premier League. Let's start by talking about the Everton versus Man United game. Where better to start than David De Gea? Now, Man United might have somehow managed to get a draw against Everton, but a lot of the criticisms that I've seen on the social media were targeting David De Gea. Now, I understand he was at fault for that goal, and which is okay because it happens with goalkeepers, many goalkeepers, in fact. But people are forgetting that he was also the reason why we ended up drawing with Everton. Without his two terrific saves, we might not even be level with Everton. So I do not get this criticism. Also, if you're gonna criticize David De Gea for his one mistake today, then what about praising him for the 4 clean sheets that he's kept consecutively at Man United? This scapegoating has to stop. So the other talking point in this game was the VAR decision, and obviously a lot of people thought it should have been given as a goal, and some people like me kind of agree that it should have been disallowed because he was in an offside position. And there's nothing you could do about it. He was in the offside position, so I thought it was a fair decision. I guess people have their own opinions and interpretations, but yeah, let's just leave it at that. As for the result itself, I don't think it was a good result because when you look at it, we could have been 1 point behind Chelsea and potentially 6 points behind Leicester. At the moment, we're 8 points behind Leicester and still 3 points behind Chelsea. So as a result, we weren't able to capitalize on Chelsea and Leicester slipping, and that's why I see it as a terrible result. Anyways, now let's talk about the top 4 Premier League race. Probably the most exciting aspect of the Premier League right now is the top 4 race because the Premier League champions are pretty much decided and the relegation candidates are pretty much decided as well. Like, it doesn't look like there's going to be that many changes in that regard. But the top 4 race is pretty much still on, and it's only going to heat up from here on. So until today, I didn't think Arsenal had a real chance of getting into the top 4, but right now they probably would have a very good chance because of the opportunity that Man United have given them and Chelsea and Leicester as well. So yeah, Arsenal probably have a very, 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 very outside chance of getting in the top 4, but it's going to be very hard for them because they obviously have a lot of problems going from top to bottom that they need to start off first. Sheffield United have to be considered as well, and right now, with a game in hand, they potentially have the opportunity to leapfrog Man United in the league because they don't have to worry about European games like Man United. And yeah, that's only going to work in their favor, especially considering they're already solid. So yeah, they probably have a very good chance of getting to the top four. Now, Wolves have a very good chance of getting to the top four because they are currently on a way better form than Man United. They're also level with Man United, and they actually take the opportunity that are presented to them by Leicester, Chelsea, Man United, and other potential top four candidates. So Wolves are probably would be my outside favorites to get in the top four. And obviously, Man United have a chance of getting in the top four. But let's face it, if they continue slipping up like they did against Everton today, they're not they're not going to get top four because you can't just keep slipping up when teams like Chelsea and Leicester continuously give you opportunities to get into the top four and you're not taking them. So if we're going to continue this consistency, we're not going to get top four. Overall, I expect Leicester and Chelsea to probably keep their positions in the league as they've already built a strong base to go off, and I think they could pick their form up, and I think they will pick their form up because Chelsea's about to probably get knocked out by Bayern in Champions League, so they don't have to worry about Europe. Leicester obviously don't have to worry about Europe, so they could play their full strength teams, and yeah, they'll have a much better chance of getting in the top four than any of the other candidates. Now let's talk about the congratulations of the week. So congratulations to Watford and Sarr for beating Liverpool. Yes, that's right. The mighty Reds have finally been defeated. So we could all live easy, right? Nah, Liverpool's probably gonna win the league, aren't they? But Sarr should definitely be knighted, aren't right? Let's move on to the MLS. That's right. Let's talk about the MLS. So let's start with the Inter Miami. That's right, David Beckham's franchise. They started their MLS campaign. That's right, their very first MLS campaign with a defeat to LAFC. And I must say, what a goal by Wella! It was absolutely sensational. Now let's talk about Nashville. That's right, the city that's known for producing very famous musicians and music. And Taylor Swift started their MLS campaign off with a defeat to Atlanta United. And in that game, Jose Martinez picked up an ACL injury, so he's going to be out for a while, which might be a positive for many of the MLS teams, but it's going to be a very huge loss for Atlanta United. And yeah, that's because he's such a huge player for them, so he's going to be a very big miss. Toronto FC also started their MLS campaign off with a draw. They were held to a 2-2 draw at San Jose. They did have opportunities to win it, but they couldn't capitalize on it, so the game ended level. Now, the last bit that we're going to talk about is the Twitter moments, and there was clearly a lot of them, so I'm not really going to talk about them. I'm just going to share them and hope you guys enjoy that. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys liked. If you did like the video, let me know in the comments to know if I should do this more often. And yeah, subscribe so the channel could obviously grow. Thanks.